good evening, and welcome to Conversations with Entrepreneurs. I am your host, Alethea Brown, and I am joined tonight with my co-host. How you doing tonight, Julie?
I'm doing great. I'm Julie Logan, owner of Popcorn Heaven Steel Creek, located in Charlotte, North Carolina. I hope everybody's doing well.
And Dion.
Hello, everyone. Dion Jones, Abe Lever Consulting. Happy to be with you again today. Just very thankful.
Absolutely. So tonight we're going to talk about states are opening up. As an entrepreneur, what are you looking forward to and what are you prepared for? Julie, I'm going to let you start tonight with you because you got that brick and mortar and I know them people.
Yeah, that's right.
Popcorn. So how's that going?
It's going very well. As a matter of fact, I'm actually looking forward to continuing to build my customer base. What I have noticed is a trend that we've been talking about earlier, because I believe a lot of folks are going back into the office physically, right? And so the traffic within the store, the brick and mortar, has been kind of hilly, if you will, hills and valley, if you will. Certain times of the days, the spikes will go up, go down. But now that the states are opening up and people are out and about, even though they are going back to work, I think I'm just praying that more people will come through, like on their breaks, on their way home, stuff like that. So just building my customer base right now.
That's awesome. I remember when I worked, it was in the Wells Fargo building in another company I worked for over there for Tybola. They had this lady, she had a bakery, she sold the cakes and stuff. And so what she did is she got a cart. In certain days of the week, she would come to the office with her cart full of all her product and we would clear her out. I mean, cleared her out. I can just see you walk through the buildings now with a popcorn lady cart. Just push.
Absolutely. I will say thank you for saying that because my friend, my business partner, actually, he did that last Saturday. Took some samples of popcorn and just walked around, in uptown Charlotte to different businesses, and one introducing, letting them know who Popcorn Heaven is, and then passing out samples. And so we'll continue to do that. As a matter of fact, it worked out so much so that I believe I have a partnership now with the La Petite Academy. It's kind of like the daycare. They're interested in placing orders on a weekly basis. So if I can get more, those type of partnerships, contracts with the hotels, cigar lounges, places like that is what our focus is. Our focus will be that I'll be grateful. Now I'm grateful now. Let me retract that. I'm very grateful now. I'll be even more grateful.
That's awesome. Yeah, but look, we already know it's going to happen, Julie. Look, I got my 10. Everybody else got to go get theirs.
That's right.
Dion?
Julie, that's awesome. I can see popcorn at all the fun places, carnivals. I just think of carnivals and kids and playing and all that. So it's wide open. And I think just specifically, like relative to your stuff, Julie, the way everything is opening back up, I think it's just a matter of time before, because the people want to actually come to a brick and mortar now for sure, in my line of work, this is what I've been prepping for. I've been prepping for a lot of my stuff is wrapped around, or I won't say wrapped around, but it's connected to COVID in a very indirect way because of the way it's mental health. And so we were having a discussion probably a month ago, and we were really just brainstorming about all the, as things open up and the protocols that we are now adapted to and things of that nature. And so we just started brainstorming out loud, and we were kind of like, we can make that a business venture as well. Just that whole idea of hand sanitizer, masks, I don't know how far this stuff will go, but the appropriate distancing and all that kind of stuff, the reinforcing that itself has taken on a life of its own, and it offers a business venture in it. It's very it's a huge amount of it, anywhere you go, even though people aren't physically wearing the mask like they have been recently. They're all available. The hand sanitizer is available. And so that's some of the prep that I've been doing. The thing I've been anticipating though is is because the way people have been inside and the way business owners have had to reinvent themselves, had to learn how to do it virtually and all this kind of stuff. It's going to be amazing collaborations. If I could use, for example, I think it's Sonic. I want to say it's Sonic, the burger place, but I seen somewhere last night on a commercial where they have a burger and the bun is made of candy, like Sour Patch candy. Now listen, that's not probably what I'm going to eat or nothing like that, but it's on Sonic's entire national menu. And the only thing I'm saying is I won't eat it, but I'll buy into it. I'll participate with a collaboration. Needless to say, that's my example of it's going to be some collaborations that people are willing to do now, to be creative, because we've been warned that at any moment it could all change. So you need to be already a type of diversified a certain way. So I think them collabos are coming, and I'm really anticipating that.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dion, because I've seen commercials like a bike company said that they had more business doing virtual showings of their
Yes.
bicycles worldwide, where
I saw
before
that.
it was locally,
Yeah.
but now worldwide
Yeah.
to get customers. And people
Yes.
are preferring them getting on the bike, showing them how it looks and, understand this part of the bike and all this stuff. So I really think a lot of companies are going to change the way they do business because of the creativeness that they had to determine during this pandemic, during this pandemic. So I think we're going to see a lot of different things. Like went to Chick-fil-A today, right? You didn't help but go Chick-fil-A. But I told my daughter today, I said, people are in Chick-fil-A withdrawal because Chick-fil-A is closed on Sundays, right? They went to a bigger place so they can have 2 drive-through lines, and their line still backs up on W.T. Harris.
Yeah, right.
And then you can't, if you opt to say, well, I'll pick it up at the window. Well, I decided to do that because the line was so long. But then when I got there were 7 DoorDash people waiting for bulk orders. I'm like, is that there is a whole new.
It's a whole new world. Just so I'm sure you guys are a lot like me in one regard. My mom used to say, don't eat everybody's cooking and stuff. She would say stuff like this, and be careful. The idea of somebody bringing you your food 2 years ago is a whole $1 billion industry now, and it is, the idea of people Ubering your food to you and stuff like that, DoorDash, these things, this is very creative stuff going on, and it's and people are accepting it because of right, fam, what we've been through, right?
Because I never thought that I would have my groceries delivered, but I tell you what, that's one thing I think I will do for certain things. Now, I'm not gonna pick out my milk. I'm not gonna let you pick out my eggs because I gotta look around, see if my egg is cracked and all this, and what expiration date, and I like to pull my milk from three things. So, but you can pick up the right box of Cheerios. I'm gonna touch you on the bananas a little bit, and a little different canned foods or whatever. But they're luxuries in the sense that people really took advantage of, and I don't see that part of it slowing down.
I'm with you. There's certain things that I will not allow anybody to handle, and getting my groceries is one of them. I'm just a stickler about that. You put your hands all over my food, and I might like this grate better than what you picked and all that good stuff. So no, I'm certain things I'm not going to do. But going back to your Chick-fil-A scenario, I believe that they probably had some insight as to when the states would open up, as to why most of the Chick-fil-A's are now have the double drive-through, right? Getting ready for the flux of people who, are coming back. Now, has it made it quicker? I don't know yet, but we'll see.
I think that's, Julie, I think that's very insightful what you said. I think there is intel of the next steps and all that other kind of stuff. And yes, there are certain entities that are large enough I'm certain, and they are involved enough in their entire region, state, city, whatever, like a Chick-fil-A. I'm sure Chick-fil-A is very influential, so yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. It does.
And then the expansion of food trucks, a lot of restaurants realize that even though they shut down the brick and mortar, some of them transition to just being.
That is true.
Yep.
You can go a lot more places. You can get a lot more customers with that food truck. Don't sleep.
You sure can.
Listen, I would like to mention again, we did the research, y'all, in our last year of a show. After the pandemic in the 20s, there was a boom in entrepreneurship, specifically for minorities and women. So if the pattern is true, hold on. Here we go.
Now, I'll put a little plug in there. AARP has recognized that too.
Uh-huh.
And they're doing programs to, educate people on that. Because people are transitioning out of corporate America. Like, that's it. I'm getting tired of you. Every time, if it ain't a recession that throws me out of the job, ain't handling the pandemic right.
Oh, wow.
Throwing me out of the job. So a lot of people are looking like, okay, maybe this little side hustle can replace the money. So I think the idea with entrepreneurship is people are looking to start replacing with more money. If you can replace with your existing income. So if your business idea can at least keep you where you are at without you falling back, then you're still doing good. And then, build your strategy. How you're going to move for 90, 60, 12 months, and then know what that second year plan is going to be.
That's right.
So, don't sleep on it. If you got that hustle, it is a business.
That is so true.
Different things that can be a business.
And just you saying that, fam, about people leaving corporate America and, because of this hard shift we've had to do and stuff like that, people are really interested in the wealth of health and the wealth of the freedom of their time and the wealth of being with those they love. And coming out of this pandemic with the states opening wide up, that's what a lot of the entrepreneur efforts, they are passionate. They are very passionate, and they're out of people's hearts. That's very true.
We talked about that, I think, on another show where we talked about as companies are beginning to open up and people are beginning to go back to work, how or what will that shift look like from a family perspective, right? Because they've had a whole year now, right, with the families. It's mended some relationships, makes some relationships a whole lot better. Now that you're going back to work. Now, some companies, I think, are slowly and gradually allowing folks to come back in, maybe in the office 1 or 2 days a week, and you have the other 3 days off. If they stick to that, then I think this family and the connectedness that's happening now, I think it'll stay okay. I'm praying that it'll stay okay. But if it gets mandatory where you have to go back full time into the office, I'm really leery to kind of see what that's going to look like.
Because it's a good point, Julie, because what I've seen over the past year is even customer service companies are realizing if they hire the right people, they can have a customer service rep remote.
Absolutely.
Make sure they got the equipment, make sure that their internet is at a certain speed. And, they rock and roll. And the interesting thing is like, if they require mandatory overtime, you still home with your family.
Yep.
And you can take a quick break to go handle what you need for your family and still sit here. I can sit in front of my laptop more at home than I can at a building, and then know I got to still deal with traffic for half an hour or so to try to get home.
Because you got more productivity time, because you think about from the time you leave your home to get in your car to drive where you need to, you're still at home, and you probably done had two meetings within that time frame that you would have driven from home to the office. So I think a lot of companies are definitely thinking about those strategies and how to better them, because I think they're seeing an uptick in the productivity of folks. Just because of the pandemic. So, this pandemic to me has been a blessing and a curse in certain instances, right? It's been a blessing for businesses, entrepreneurs being birthed. It's been a curse for, folks that have lost loved ones because of it. But I think to your point, Dion, that you said, it has opened up the masses for creativity,
Yes.
and folks are continuing to operate in that. So I'm looking forward to, as the states continue to open up, the additional creativity, the additional partnerships, the
Yes.
additional collaboration
Yes.
among businesses
Yes.
as the states begin to open up more.
And I'll also add to that, to Julie's, even with some of the people that view our shows, even though they're not ready for entrepreneurship,
Yep.
I like that the pandemic has brought about a more open conversation
Yes.
on income disparity.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'd like the idea of that people are like, you want me back?
Yeah.
This is what we want. You
Mhm.
know, and so that's a good part of it too. You know, people looking at that McDonald's getting forced to pay them people $15 an hour, and they're putting the signs and look, we got a sign. We're here. We're going to give you $15 an hour. And for some people, that's a big jump,
Yeah.
because everybody wants to be comfortable, with all these, sort of just the way the profits of the business. But at the end of the day, you got people who are not getting raises and stuff. So
right.
this pandemic definitely brought that to the forefront as well.
Yeah.
And
sure.
so we're happy for the people who are benefiting from it, and as well as from the stimulus package. Right
Yep.
now, if Tasi was under 18, I'll be good to go with the child care tax credit that people are getting now. So that's another plus. That's another plus. And the other thing too is, even for us that are starting our business, if we're fortunate enough to bring on an employee, these are things we know we can tout that can be included. Look,
Smart.
because of this, you're eligible for this. And it's
Yeah.
kind of like a welcome kit you can bring, to tell the people, unfortunately, if we're not here to do this for you, we do know that there are government programs specifically for the income that I can give you where you will benefit for that. And I think as entrepreneurs, we need to be mindful of that so that we won't have a problem onboarding people when we start growing. Because I'm sure Julie's going to have so many different registers and cashiers and everything. People just going to be buying up that popcorn.
I see it. I see it coming. It's going to manifest. I see it. You don't put it out there. Yeah, I'm believing it.
As long as I can fit in my dress and the end of the month event that I'm going to, I'll be straight. But after that event, I'm coming back. I'm going to get my tin filled. Definitely.
I think you will be.
This has been a great conversation, and I'm sure so many people are going to benefit from it. So thank you guys for being here. So I'll let you start, Julie. So I'm going to give Dion the last words.
Well,
Dion. Okay, go ahead.
First, last words. Yeah, it was a little play on words. Okay, you know what I mean? I liked it though. Right. Yeah, look, thank you so much for joining us. I like this kind of conversation. This was like real punchy too. You know what I mean? And this is really good, very smart. That last thing Julie was just talking about, I hope we don't forsake whatever we got that was a healthy mix too, Julie, like a little bit of in the office and a little bit at home, and we know now that we can survive without a traditional looking structure, a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, you can work from home. I hope we don't lose some of that flexibility. Just for a great example, Google just, they changed the game in a lot of ways with corporate stuff, but Google has pretty much said you can come whenever you want to, long as you get your stuff done. Now they have a whole different setup of campus, and it's a whole city over there where they are with Google. But the idea and the concept, I promise you get more productivity from people when you kind of free the reins and let them go and stuff like that. So I bid all the entrepreneurs the speed and the patience and the work effort and the opportunities. I hope they all come your way this year. It's been a long year. It's been a tough past couple of years, but everything's opening back up. So I think it's a great opportunity for us all again.
Thank you, David.
Yep.
Wow. I don't know if I have anything to add to after that. If I had to say anything, I'd say, life challenges will come and go. It's just how you tackle it. You can't let it consume you, but look in the positive of everything. continue to follow your passion, continue to follow your dream, and let nothing stop you from moving forward.
I agree, Julie. I think what you and Dion said is the productivity, right?
Yeah.
If you are still working in corporate America, the productivity, that you're maintaining your role in that position. But if you have an entrepreneur dream, realize that our productivity can also be used on your creativity to develop what you want to do for yourself.
Yeah.
So if you were able to structure yourself for another company, then you can do it specifically for you. And so
Absolutely.
we would encourage you, if you have that entrepreneurial spirit, don't shake it off. Give it a little time. An hour, a day or two, you'll be amazed at how much you can move forward with what you want to do. And like Julie said, follow your dreams.
Right.
Follow your dreams. So we thank you for joining us tonight. Everyone have a great week, and we will see you again next week.
Shout out to Jeff White and Chanel Varner. Yeah.
Yeah, miss
Yeah.
y'all.
They're gonna